friends, Emily Vegan here, with a chocolate cheesecake, and a really simple one this time. You can mix it together in 10 minutes, for life of course. All you need is to begin with a crust, like always. Here, food processor, I have 1.5 cups hazelnuts, and I process them to a nice nut meal. See, this is already nice. Just a little bit a meal. And in this meal, all you put in there, dates. To make it stick together, I have here 6, 7, 8 dates. It's what you like, what you need. You don't need that much. Blend it again. Not ready yet. I began to process so it can work it a little bit. And the last part of it is the cacao. I want to have chocolate cheesecake, so I make a chocolate crust already. I have here 1/2 cup of cacao. See? Nice, raw, organic cacao. And I also put some vanilla in. Yeah, not too much. Just a teaspoon or so. Oh, that's too much, a little bit. As you like, we need a little bit more. I have this nice raw vanilla. I found this too. It is possible. You can't say, many chefs don't know it. It's raw vanilla. Raw vanilla. And it is, usually the vanilla gets cooked and then takes months to ferment, and then you have a no raw vanilla. But this one, it tastes a little bit different. Not that kind of vanilla we know, but it is similar. It is of course vanilla, but a little bit different. You'll notice the difference. Oops! Oh, a little bit of salt, just a pinch. It was too much, just a pinch. It's a little trick to enhance the flavor. You don't notice. You never taste the salt in the sweets. So that's it. That will form our dough, our crust. And off we go. You better be careful. Processing a crust from nuts and dates is tricky, because if you overprocess, you get marchpane. You don't want that. No, really. It's not a nice crust. If it's your dough in the cake, the baked cake, gets too sticky or something it's not nice. It has to be light. Not like marchpane. Usually. A little bit more it could be. A little bit more. It should begin to stick together. It takes some time. You see, it begins to change the consistency. You look into the processor, And you already see, yeah, this is definitely sticky enough. Yeah, I'll show you. Got my little scraper. See here, I scraped on the sides a little bit. And here, you see that, stick it, put it together in a little lump. See, it sticks together. It's good enough. Yeah, see this little small, medium spring form. Nice. I put a little bit of oil, of coconut oil, into it. Just if you measure the coconut oil, like in a cup with a spoon, what remains in the cup of the spoon, that is enough to put it in the cake form, the spring form. So very easy. You don't need to take extra. So, it's expensive, coconut oil, if you have a good one. And you should have a good one. Put this all into my spring form. Select this. Very easy. And I press it down with my fingers. First I evenly spread all the flour, the meal. See, like this, I press it, before I press it, I spread it evenly, all over. See, it's always everywhere the same amount. Once you press it, you can't do it anymore. And then once it evenly spread, you begin gently to touch it and make it a little bit firmer. Gently, gently, round and around. It's very easy. Over the whole hand, like this. See? I learned that a long time, you know. You could figure out yourself, I know. You're smart. But it takes so much time. I show you. So, the best way I found, just imitate. It's easy. It saves a lot of time, yeah. So, now, once the has been spread, and you know where the crust will be going, and you begin to push it down a little bit further. This. Then you make your crust. Nice firm pressing because the crust will stick together, and then you have a nice cake afterwards. It's just a basic cake, you know, it's so simple. Remember, only some hazelnuts and some dates to make a crust. First you process the hazelnuts to make a meal. In the meal you put the dates and you process. You put the chocolate, vanilla, a little salt, you make the dough. That's it. Very easy. Two basic ingredients. Nuts and dates. The rest, taste, flavor. Okay. That's very nice. See how fast it is. How quick it works. That's what it looks like. My chocolate cheesecake crust. Point one. Now, set this aside, I don't need it anymore. Now the filling, and then we are done. For the filling I have my blender. I quickly soaked some cashew nuts, you know, just for 15 minutes or so. Just a little bit here, see? Just some water, some cashew nuts, a little bit soaking. Now I rinse it. Whoops. Very pretty, very easy done. Rinse it through. Yeah, that's it for a second. So, nice drain, like this. Because the amount of water I use is important for the consistency, for the texture of my filling. This is the base. We call it cheese, because it's from nut, and from nuts you make milk, and from the milk you make cheese. It's not a real cheese because the real cheese has to ferment. We don't need to do that now because we take the coconut oil that is liquefied with hot water. I show you. Put the dates in, the cashews in, and half a cup of water, not too much. And To make it sweeter, date mousse to your liking, like a sweeter chocolate type, a little bit more, as you like. And some vanilla again. The main part is the filling, so I get some more vanilla. I take 2 teaspoons. Not too much, can't taste through, it shouldn't be too much. Let me see. First the cashews, the date mousse, the water, vanilla. In this blender I made my date mousse before. I just put a handful of dates and a handful of water, cup of water, and blend it until it is a mousse, a fine smooth mousse. Here is my date mousse, you see, date mousse. Nice and ready date mousse. Keep it for 3 days in the fridge. Ain't turn sour. Nice sweetener. Good for everything. So, my cheese. If you soak your cashews, it is easier. See, this is how finally the cheese looks. See, pretty thick cashew mousse, so to say, a little water. And once this is ready, you put your cacao in. I take a little bit more now, let's say 3/4 cup. And here I made a trick. See, this is coconut oil in a metal container. I show you this slightly. And under the metal container it fits exactly on a cup, a big teacup. There's boiling water. So put this down here and it quickly melts. A nice way to get your molten coconut oil, which goes finally on top of all with the cacao powder. That's all you need. Cashews, water, vanilla, cacao, date mousse, and oil. See? A bit tricky because it's not a little problem. If you blend it like this in the blender, where's my scraper? Here. Then you should use, you might be very necessary to use your scraper to help it turn over. But this is pretty thick stuff. Cashew mousse. From the blender, they don't like the thick stuff. So they need some help. But if you take it a little bit too soft, too liquid, it won't keep in the cheese, in the cake as a firm cheese. It doesn't grip anymore. No more grip. Yeah, but look at that nice, smooth chocolate cheese. Can you see? Ooh, hardly moves. And nice, very nice. That's my cake. I put it onto the crust on top of it. Oh, how firm it already is. Very nice. See how nice, how easy it is to make a chocolate cake, a chocolate cheesecake. So nice. All homemade, all from the rice raw produce, unprocessed. The dates even. Look how nice and creamy that is. Wow! so nice. That smells so nice. Wow. Perfection. So my scraper is too big. So I will use now a little spoon. Because it's a pity if the chocolate down there won't get out. Remain in the blender. No, I want to have it out. This is why I use this kind of blender. Because this blender allows me to put the spoon right down on the ground, on the bottom, and scrape it all out. Other blenders are very narrow and tight down there. So if you're buying a blender, you might pay attention to this kind of aspect of the blender, the side of the blender. Will it allow you to scrape the chocolate mousse from the bottom of the spoon? Or will it not allow you because the blades are too large and the bottom is too narrow? It makes sense for a blender to have a tight ground because then it might blend more easy and pull down the mousse from up to the bottom. It pulls it down by a spiral, a vortex. So if it is down narrow, it is better to make a vortex, but you can't get it out then. So there is always a pro and cons constructing a good blender. So for now, I stay with constructing a nice chocolate cheesecake, which I have already done, to show you how easy it is, and to have a nice time tomorrow with my tree yoga community. The open Sunday will happen tomorrow, and we will have a nice chocolate cheesecake. Yeah. What that cake looks like, I will show you once it's ready. A nice photo, as usual. Let's see. I put it in the fridge now, a couple of hours. It will all firm up, and you will see, I can cut it. It will keep this small pieces. See, chocolate cheesecake. Perfection. See you very soon. Thanks for bearing with me.